Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome in back to Instructions for Humanity, Sphere of Consciousness. I am so happy to be here with you all this evening. It is a very, very special show this evening. We have been really just working on some massive templates. And today will not be any different. I'm going to wait for some of you guys to come in here and while I do that, I'll give a few shout outs. Please, guys, shout out your country, your city, your state, your providence, your island, wherever it is that you guys are tuning in from. Shout that out. Let's just go ahead and just spread love. I was going to say spread love the Brooklyn way, I don't know why, but welcome in, everyone. There seems to be a problem with people getting the notifications this evening. So we're just going to wait for some more of you guys to come in. But please, let me know if you can hear me okay. This is going to be very, very powerful. Welcome in, Buffalo Wild Wings, Star Round 7. Barbara, welcome in. Sonia, welcome in. All right, guys. We are going to talk about this evening London. Yes, London in the house. London, London, London. Welcome in. So while I wait for a few more of you guys to come in here, I'm going to go ahead and, start to just introduce myself, what you're going to see here, what you're going to witness, because this is not like any other channel. We do the source codes here. And so what the source codes is, I'm literally pulling out things from what they call the junk DNA. And we're putting all the codes together, and we're going to see how all of this Erika Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens things fits together. And I think that the left eye, and I think that the hands that rock the cradle, the hands, the hands with all the rings, Erika Kirk's hands, the hands that rock the cradle, and maybe even Charlie Kirk's hands will lead us to what the bigger picture truly is. I'm here to tell you that the last episode blew this case just wide open. It just keeps getting more, more interesting as time goes on. But there's a larger thing happening here, because why does everyone's name go back to Freeman? Right? So we get Charlie Kirk's name, his real name, Charlie, meaning Freeman. We get Erika Kirk's maiden name, which means Freeman. And then we also had this Freemasonry energy going on throughout this entire psychic investigation. I'm going to go ahead and properly introduce myself. What up, you guys? My name is Tahira, Mother of the Ages. I am a supernatural quantum healer and a psychic investigator and an ascension coach and all of that good stuff. I'm literally here to help you guys, go to a higher sphere of consciousness, because there is a splitting of the two. And this case has really just made that thing just so clear. There is a splitting of the two, and there are some of us that will be saved through our own literally doing. And then there are some of us that will be left behind on the old earth, on the old paradigm, in the old 3D frame of mind. That's not going to be you guys on this channel. Guys, please, more than half of you guys who watch me on a regular basis are not subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. I put my heart, my soul, my passion, everything I have, my essence literally goes into bringing you guys these messages and these source codes, because on the surface, it may just seem like entertainment. There is a lot that goes into this. There is a lot of literally me needing to be available for Source God to talk to me during my dream state. There are nights that I do not sleep because I am just getting flooded with messages. And these messages are the source codes that is literally going to lead us out of this paradigm, right? Please, guys, subscribe to the channel when you come in, and please put a like on the video when you come in, guys. We practice reciprocity. So as I give out my energy, you guys give me something back, and a like, and a subscribe. It is absolutely free. Guys, please, if you are interested in purchasing my book, The Great Expansion of Cosmic Bible for the Ages, there'll be a link down below. This book, I had the pleasure of channeling this book with Source Divine God. And I'm telling you, this is a treat for humanity, for us to understand what is happening in our world. The book outlines all of that. You will never be left without the knowings. And you can purchase that book on Amazon, guys. And please do leave a review so more people can find the book. Because to me, to be honest with you, this is one of the greatest bodies of work, I think, right now within our time, because it literally outlines everything that is going on, and how truly when we zone out, what is happening is the ego state is dying. What we see with all of the mess happening in the world, it's the last purge out. The ego state is dying. There is a massive rebuke happening within the cosmic sphere. And there are literally gods. There are literally every entity, every person, every being is taking part in this cosmic cleansing. Is a cosmic cleansing. And this is why we feel so topsy-turvy. And this is why we feel like something just doesn't fit with this world, because we literally have expanded into another sphere. And so I'm here to lead us there. Okay, guys. So I think I've said it. And if you do want to book a session, there'll be some links down below. Whew. Let's jump into this. Welcome in from North Carolina. Welcome in. So excited for the show. Hi, Donna. Welcome in. Welcome in. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, you caught me. You caught me, Annabella. Awesome. So, guys, I was up all night since the last message where we found out. I'm going to recap this really quickly in 1 minute, where we literally found out why Candace Owens, kind of refuses to get into everything going on with her and Erika Kirk, simply because we traced her back, Erika Kirk, back to this Norse god that is, part of I think the Norse mythology. But nevertheless, this god, or deity rather, was literally about fertility. So what we saw that came up in the psychic investigation is that one point in time, Candace Owens did divination work. Now, mind you, it's not this lifetime. This is way back when. These souls go back since iniquity. Candace Owens did divination to have children. Who are those children? Esau and Jacob. Who's Esau and Jacob? Literally humanity. It's Esau would be more the white races, and the Jacob would be more the melanated races. But nevertheless, Candace Owens, we trace her back to the biblical Rebecca from the Bible. And so when we look at all this going on, we are literally in the days of Noah yet again. And this is why we must have our ears and our eyes open. And that's why they don't want to see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. They don't want us talking and learning this knowledge, because what we're about to do, guys, so sweet on this channel, we are literally about to catch them. Because, there's a lot of things that has been coming up about the days of Noah. And I'm here to tell you that this thing may be two parts. It may be a little bit more sinister than what we think. Remember how I told you we're home alone? Americans are home alone, and they're literally filling up their sacks and stealing everything out of the White House and draining everything from the system. Where do you think they're going? They're getting on the ark. They're getting on the ark, and they are selling away with two of every kind. And they're leaving us here for the Hunger Games, for the beings that are coming down, because they tricked us into worshiping their false gods. Over history, there's been over 10,000 deities and gods that people have prayed to, poured into, given their life force energy into. They tricked us into praying to their gods. When those gods no longer served them, they dumped them. And we are the ones holding these massive soul contracts with these gods, because they literally funneled our energy through those gods up to them. Now the Grand Wizard Mothership, Three-Eye Atlas, is coming. And there is a beast. There is a Grand Wizard Witch. And she is hungry, and her flock are hungry. And I'm telling you, we are going to catch them trying to get away on Noah's Ark yet again. Because we will not be left here for the Hunger Games, because I found out where our true home is. I'm going to do another psychic investigation. You will not believe it, and we can get there. It's located here on Earth, but we don't have access to it. But we will. We're going to get there. And when we get there, there isn't any sickness there. And people live for a very, very long time. So just stay tuned, because the psychic investigation is still unfolding. And this thing is larger than you could have ever imagined that it was. So here's the thing. I didn't sleep. Candace Owens was in my field of awareness. I believe Candace Owens' soul is ready to talk. And I believe that I was picking up on a lot of things that she is ready to do. And I'm going to play you a few of these recordings, right? And then we're going to go into the hands, and we're going to go into what is up with the left eye and how this is going to all make sense as it pertains to freemen, as it pertains to our free man status, that I truly believe they are playing us right in front of our faces, that our true man status is being literally debated in these high places of wickedness, of course. So let me start here.
Something interesting with Candace Owens. So I just keep seeing this big hand, right? Which kind of means like the hand that controls, or the hands of Charlie. And now I understand why Erika had to show the hands of Charlie. Because the hands of Charlie is what is behind the message, behind the ritual. There's something deep happening within her that is holding massive codes to whatever is really happening with Charlie. Even if you can't see it, even if you can't feel it, it's there. And it's dark. And it's hungry. And it wants to control humanity. It is an entity.
That was at 3:36 a.m. in the morning. You can see I'm like halfway asleep, and I'm always like, I gotta leave this message for myself, for future T. When future T wakes up, she needs to have this message. And then there's also this one.
I see Candace Owens like showing up on my left side, like in front of a microphone, like she's about to speak or campaign. But I heard Candace Owens defending the people's right to freedom.
Okay, guys, very interesting that I'm telling you, the way Candace Owens, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Candace Owens was sending a message. Now, I'm not going to be like, oh, Candace Owens was sending a message to me. But nevertheless, I was on the receiving end of that message, and her soul rather, was showing me a lot of things. And to be honest with you, I can't quite make it out yet, because normally when this happens, it means that the energy is not all the way ready for this to be shown. But Candace Owens is holding massive codes. Candace Owens is waking up, and Candace Owens is also a lot like Trump, playing two sides. I know people have questioned what side is she truly on, but I'm telling you, of what I saw last night, once I get, once the images come in clear, I will know, in fact, that Candace Owens is on the side of the light, because it seems like she was trying to send a lot of messages, but she's also being stopped as well. I also saw the blue elixir that I told you guys about Trump, it's interesting. It feels like they want to give her the blue elixir. They want to find a way to, and I have it here. It's on another one of these, but I'll just tell you, since I know, they want to find a way there. I heard them talking about Candace Owens. Trump was in the room, other people, they want to find a way to give her the blue elixir, because the blue elixir allows them to digitize you. So you could be part of the digital matrix. Candace Owens could be speaking to us, from the AI version of herself, and we would never know, is what I'm saying. And they were saying, but first we have to poison her, is what they were saying. And Candace Owens has a choice. And I saw this choice. It feels it has something to do with Black people. It's either Candace Owens starts to work more in the Black community, or Candace Owens brings the Black community back to Trump, or Trump does something to get the Black community like back on his side, but nevertheless involves Candace Owens' involvement. They want her involvement. She is also a gateway for them, and she has not been playing ball. And this is a problem. And they are talking about giving her the blue elixir, which, remember, I told you it has the venom of a viperous snake venom in there. It is a control serum. It is something that you take where it shuts your system down, and they have complete autonomy over you. And it allows literally you to just be their total tool. And these are the talks that they're having about Candace Owens. But nevertheless, the last message I got is that Candace Owens was fighting for our freedom. And now we understand, we go back to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, Charlie name stems from Charles, means freeman. I saw Candace Owen fighting for our freedom. And she looked like she was in front of a mic, and it was very presidential. Felt like she was of that stature. And now this kind of makes us understand why she's going so hard for Charlie. Maybe subconsciously, she's not fighting for Charlie as much as she's fighting for the right to be free, a free man and a free woman. But then on the other end, we have a whole nother set of elites that are fighting to take the rights away from the freeman, the free man and the free woman. And now I want to play you guys something. And now we know why we had to see this. The Freeman is all over all of their source codes, all over all of their names. There are talks about taking away humanity's freedom. The symbolism, so to speak, passing of Charlie Kirk is a symbolism of the passing of our free status. Freeman is someone free of bondage, free of chains, not enslaved. Passing away of Charles, which means freeman, freedom, freeman, is symbolic for our free status as a free man and free woman. Okay? So now, it's very interesting that Candace Owens is the one that brought my awareness to the hands. Her soul, rather, brought my awareness to the hands of Charlie. The hands of Charlie. And now we know what this has all been about. It's all been about the secret talks that they're having. The new world that for us, we've been told it's a new earth vibration, everything's good there. But they're planning something. They're planning a new world, which does not include you and I being free. And Erika Kirk is holding massive, massive codes into our enslavement. Interesting enough, Charles met Freeman. That was his first name, and he was taken out, so to speak. Erika Kirk's maiden name means Freeman. I'm building. I'm building. So now I want to show you something. So the hands are symbolism of your free status. Either they're free like this, or they're free, well, they're not free in chains. This is why she had to show the hands of Charlie Kirk. It was a key code into what their plan for New Earth does not include us. It doesn't. And we can't be foolish anymore to think that it does. Now, I want to play something for you guys. Now, I have turned the music off, but I'm going to be talking through it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the hands look weird, don't they? They look very strange. Very, very strange. Okay. Let me see if I can bring this up. Let's just take a look at this, shall we? She whispered something to him. Let me know, what ear is that, guys? Is that the left ear or the right ear? I'm not sure. Is that his left side or his right side? Maybe his right ear? Is that his right ear? The right one? Okay. Thank you. Do you remember the little thing that happened to Trump? That little graze of that bullet? Was that not also the right ear? What's going on with that eye? Why is he touching his eye? Which eye is this, guys? He keeps touching one of his eyes. She keeps patting one of her eyes. Which eye is that? I just want to make sure I'm not tripping. Which eye do they keep patting? Left eye? Remember all those videos she was patting her left eye? He just touched his left eye very weirdly. Very, very weirdly, the way he touched his left eye. Very strange. Thank you. Remember the left eye, guys, is where this reptilian entity is hooked into their left eye. If you've been around the psychic investigation, it has popped up in every single reading. There is a reptilian attached to the left eye of all of these people. And all of these people, when you look back in their lineage, they have this Germanic roots, which truly takes us back to the Nazis, really. And guys, even if you look there is a absolute rise right now of people Nazism on the far right. There is a rise with people talking about how much they love Hitler, and they're doing the salute. And even Elon Musk did the salute. This is, what do you think happens next? What do you think happens next? They're not hiding their allegiance to Nazism anymore. They're online, they're making jokes about it. What do you think happens next? This behavior now is normalized. When I tell you the hands of Charlie, the weird picture in the casket, she had to show us that because it was part of the ritual. What they have planned is to put us back in captivity. Everything is leaning towards that. And we can no longer be silent about what we are seeing and feeling. And I have to tell you guys this. A lot of people think that Black people just get online and complain. But I'm telling you, we can smell it coming. And remember, even when what happened to the, so to speak, Jews, what they had white skin, didn't they? And yet they still perished. So when I tell you guys, we're going to have to start getting along. Us, all of us, because it has always been them against us. These people are not human. You've seen it through the psychic investigation. Yes, they have Germanic roots, but they all stem from the 1% that are all linked in and being controlled by an entity. And I would dare to say that they are also part of it. Not Candace Owens, but she does have an attachment. Why do you think I never tried to clear Erika Kirk? Because you can't. She's embodied in it completely. Candace Owens has an attachment you can get rid of. But Erika Kirk is one with the entity, is what I'm saying. These people are not human. They're literally right now loading up things on Noah's Ark. Remember when I was telling you how Trump was trying to patch up the holes in, and I gave an example of Noah's Ark, because Charlie was literally talking a little too much, exposing a little too much about the Israel lie and about the EP files. And Trump didn't want all that being sown, so he was trying to cover up, and there was water leaking from the ship. We are back in the days of Noah, but I'm telling you, the two of every kind is literally, over time, they've picked the best talent. They've given them all of the accolades. Look at Elon Musk. The welfare queen, Elon Musk, gets the billions of dollars from the government. They've invested in him. They've invested in Amazon, Palantir, Google, Apple. These are the things, the entities, the companies getting on the ship. And where is that ship taking them? It's taking them to a higher status where they now set up shop to now permanently fix themselves there to control us. We are going into a new system, and I started to channel what that system is. So we were in a maritime law. Remember, I kept channeling a long time ago, maritime law, Amity law. This is law that governs like things on water, like ships and vessels, because that's how our money system was set up. When you look into literally, like, you know, the etymology of money and the currency and all of that stuff, And it all gives you like little key codes to things, being vehicles on water. That was the old system, because that system came from the Moors, right? Who are the Moors? The Moors are literally the original inhabitants of America, which a lot of people are calling the Black Americans or African Americans. These are the Moors. This system, they took that from the Moors, but now we're about to switch into a new system. And Source is saying that this is the new system that we are about to go into. And I'm going to share that with you. Feudalism. This is the new system, feudalism. Feudalism was dominant social system in medieval Europe, where the society was based on a feudal pyramid, where the king was the top with nobles, knights, and vassals below him. In the feudal system, the nobility held lands from the crown in exchange for military services. And that's interesting. What did I say, Turning Point USA? I'm saying they will funnel money, military funds through Turning Point USA. Turning Point USA has been seized by the United States government or corporation. And so this is the system that we're going back to. And the vessels were in turn tenants of the nobles, while the peasants were obligated to live on their lord's land and give him homage, labor, and a share of the produce, notably in exchange for military protection. So this is the system Source says that we are going into, where literally we have the Lord, we have the king again, and you live on the Lord's land. So instead of you praying to your Lord and Savior, your Lord is going to be right here on God's green earth, kicking your ass in real time. Message. Pick that up. Put it in your coffee. Drink it up. Because that is a message of why they had to build us into religion. So when they bring themselves, seat themselves as the monarch of all the world, and when you have to live on the Lord's land and literally give the Lord part of what you produce, the 10% that you give to the church, that's why they had to end, so to speak, the ritual, Charlie, the end of the church, because the Lord is coming. Yeah, the Lord is coming back, guys. Did you ever think that it could also play out like this? This Lord will be here, and you will be literally the same way you pray to it at church and you give the 10%, you're going to be doing that on earth. This is their plan to take our free man status away from us. This is the plan. And Erika Kirk holds massive codes. She's been escaping this thing forever. She's just been hopping from one person to the next, to the next, to the next. And now she's literally hopped herself into the United States government, or into the apple of the eye of the American people. I mean, not us, but a lot of them believe this stuff. This is their plan. This is their plan, where you literally pray to your Lord and Savior here. And no one can stop them, because they're getting away on the ship. They've already picked the best talent, or the people that would comply, or the people that were like them, the people with dramatic roots, the people of, the Nazi of yesteryear. They've already picked them. And this is why they can bring Nazism back online, because no one's going to stop them, because they are now all powerful. And they literally got rich and fed off of not just the American people, every single person actually believing in their government and actually believing in the religions. The various religions for the government are set up as a control mechanism for the governments. This is why America needed a Christian nation, because it needed a nation that would be docile. While you slept, it was stealing all of the jewels, is what I'm saying. Now, it's very interesting that someone, and I can't think of the person's name. Is it Keely? One of my beautiful subscribers who watched was always saying that Erika Kirk is Lilith. So I was looking at Lilith today. And in fact, this definitely does give a depiction of Erika Kirk. And I'm going to go through this with you guys. Lilith, I'm going to read it here. It says, Adam's first wife, the most famous rendition of Lilith comes from the medieval Jewish text, where she was depicted as Adam's first wife, created from the same dust as Adam, making them equals, what it says. She fled the Garden of Eden when Adam refused to be on the bottom during sexual relations, asserting her equality. Demonization. After fleeing, she is sometimes portrayed as a demon who attacks newborns and seduces men. Erika Kirk. This is not what I'm saying. This is where the source codes have led us to. She definitely is in the vibration of Lilith, seducing men, Usha's wife, attacking newborns, Romanian angels. Remember the organization for the children in Romania? But they had to kick her out of there because she was no angel, because of what she was doing to the children. Remember the God we traced her back to in the last psychic investigation had to do with fertility. Remember I said I get the energy she's bearing, and then we get her with the Romanian angels in this life, and somehow the children are being harmed. And then we get her, the feud between her and Candace Owens. Candace Owens is fighting for freedom, free man, which Charles means. And yet Erika Kirk was willing to sacrifice him because she's not calling for a deeper dive on the investigation. She was always wanting to take out the free man. So when we see Candace Owens fighting, even if Candace Owens doesn't understand, these are the codes in the background that are allowing her to do what it is that she's doing. And even if Erika Kirk doesn't understand, the codes in the background that is allowing her to be complacent and dismissive is literally stemming from her past life. She's always not been able to produce, because guess what? Entities don't actually produce. Humans, do they? No. They attach to you and they suck your life force. And then they body hop and do it again and again and again. So she's in that vibration. And so make no mistake about it. If she gets near this White House, which she already has, if she's in the cabinet in any way, this will in fact be a very demonic energy that will be in rulership. And not only that, remember a few videos ago, I say, I see I see something harming our children, particularly Black and brown children, because of the melanin. If you put her in there in any shape or form, this is what will happen. I am telling you, this is what will happen. And so now we're understanding a little bit more about the Akashic soul of Erika Kirk. And Erika Kirk is not human. And Erika Kirk is not fighting for liberties, is not a Christian. She's part of this new world leading us to the new system that I just described, the feudal system, where there's literally king and subjects. And your Lord and Savior now walks among you. And the children will know no difference, because they won't have much, but they'll look up and they'll see the 1%ers as gods. They will think they have met God, and they will do any kind of worship, because that will be all that they know. And so when we zone out, this is what we are getting when we zone out. So our freedom, our status. I want you guys to understand something. I'm going to go a little bit into Moorish law. White and black is not a skin color. It was always a status. This is how the Moors viewed it. See, the Moors, they were black, but they had status. Their status was white because they had money, wealth. They were able to move around. They were, had an elite status. The status was white. People who do not have that status, who have challenges, who are, financially, insecure, these are the black people. So do not make a mistake in this skin color thing, because that's what they give to peasants, skin color. These people are still going by the Moorish law. It's either you have white status or you have black status, but it is not a skin color. And so we need to come together, black and white and brown and everything in between, that is still of the love vibration, because this is what your government is trying to do. And the hands of Charlie in the casket was saying, look, it is the end of church, because Kirk means church. Your status is turning black. Black, death. You're losing your status. This has nothing to do with race. All of humanity will be viewed as black status, is what I'm saying. This is this video is for the adults in the room. It's getting deep. It's getting very deep. And the Freemasonry energy was all over this thing from the beginning. Candace Owens' true self was shut down, and all of her energy was being funneled up to some sort of Freemasonry organization. Now we understand the inner workings of Turning Point USA was also part of that triangle we were seeing in Candace Owens' field. Because we were thinking too small with Turning Point USA. Oh, it's just Charlie Kirk, a YouTuber. No. This thing is a vehicle to bring a new system, a new world monarch system online. And we're online fighting between black and white, and who gets to eat today and who doesn't deserve to eat. When tomorrow everyone will be black and everyone will be without food, is what I'm saying. This is the plans that they have. And this is what we do the psychic investigation for. And this is what leads us to the higher sphere of consciousness, is when we open up every energy from every angle. There's so much more that I could say and I can go into the automatic writings, but I don't want to do that in this video because I had to say this. And there's more to go into. They've already handpicked their people, guys. They've already got them. And they're in control of all of the companies that you literally can't live without. I was watching a video on this guy, he said it so beautifully, and he was like, Facebook owns your memories, right? And what was it? Apple owns, I don't know, Apple owns this, and then Google owns your thoughts or whatever. Amazon literally owns your house because you get literally your whole household, everything from Amazon, even food. They've already chosen their guys. They've already picked them. Stop trying to be picked by these people. Stop trying to be picked. They picked their people. They funded their people with our money. And we're sitting over here fighting. Guys, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you, Maggie, for the super chat. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So I saw Candace Owens, man, last night. I wish everything was clear. This woman is working on something. Do not count her out yet. I'm going to be honest with you. When we started the psychic investigation, when I got to the template, the biblical template of Candace Owens being Rebecca, I was like, that's it. It can't get any bigger than this. Candace Owens, this is kind of your doing because of the original birthrights that you helped collude to get, the birthrights to Jacob instead of Esau. I thought it can't get any bigger than this, but it has. And what I'm telling you is this has opened us up to literally, we're going to be able to stop them from putting this new system online. Because guys, this is it. They're on Noah's Ark. They're trying to sell away, but there are a few holes in the floorboard. And you know what those holes are? Is when every time humanity wakes up, every time we look at the crap that they show us and we say, no, that ain't it. That's a lie. We put more holes in the floorboard. There are power in our energy. People say there's power in numbers. No, there's power in energy. There's power in your intentions. The power of your intentions can shape worlds. We can do this when we take our energy back. They got our energy divided into all of these boxes that they created. We never created all of this stuff. We were just literally empty vessels, inquisitive souls that came here. And then we got programmed. Do you know from the ages of 0 to 8, you're highly programmable. Depending on what your parents believe in and depending on what was going on while your mother was pregnant in the womb with you, this is your life script. It goes into your subconscious mind. And then this is the script that you're running. Some of us are running an old code, an old program, an old script. You have the power to change that, to go into the subconscious and change that, to rewrite your script. It is yours. We don't have to follow their script. In fact, every time we go off script, they lose it. We open up another floorboard in that ship they're trying to get away. And when they get away, this is, I'm telling you, when the digital matrix will be fully online. The new financial system, the blockchain, this and that, living in Amazon houses, literally universal income, where no one can really rise up because you got barely just enough. Everything is accounted for. You are accounted for. You have a number. You have a digital ID, a passport ID. You have a social credit score. You are part of the system through and through. You have lost your free man status. Stop trying to be picked. They've already picked the ones they wanted, and you ain't it. So now we got to work together, because I think I know where they're going. And the place that they're trying to flee to is a very place that they told us we're not allowed to go. It's the very place that somehow there's all this war in the world, but they can all agree on a treaty, a peace treaty for one special place. And that place is Antarctica. And if you have the Cosmic Bible, the book I wrote, I channeled with source what Antarctica truly is. It is our true home. The electromagnetic field is 5 times greater than it is here. It has crystal technology. When you step on the grass, yes, because a lot of the lands are tropical, the ice wall is how they keep you out. That's the real earth. We don't live on real earth. We don't. This part of the earth is a prison. On the other side of the ice wall is what the true source God created for us. But we were locked out of that because they couldn't rule us over there. They couldn't rule us because, remember, they're not human. They can't operate that. But there are people still there. There are indigenous tribes that live there. There are animals there, that animals we don't have here. There's life there. And this is where we need to do. We got to storm the ice wall. And I'm going to be doing a psychic investigation on that because I feel that so deeply. This is our real, true home. If you pick up the book, you can read about it. People were much taller over there. The atmosphere is magical. You know how we try to manifest here, but it doesn't work out? Nope, over there, you can project your thoughts, and then manifestation happens like that. This is the true life that God has for us. We were locked out of the kingdom this whole time, the physical kingdom. Not because of God and not because God doesn't love us. It's because they tricked us into they falsified God. They buried God, true God. And they've been burying God all along. Because like I said, there's been over 10,000 gods in recorded history. People have given their energy, their money, and even died for. Because they have always been in control of who it is that we worship. Because the gods that we think that we've been praying to has been preying on us. And we've been cycling the energy up to the God, which is their funneling system. And then they've been taking it, living fat off of the hog. And then when they ruin that system, because they always ruin it, because they're not human, they always ruin it. And then the process starts over. But we have a very beautiful opportunity. We've been able to see what they're doing and where they're trying to go. They want to get us in a digital matrix. But in truth, we belong back on our true soil. And the psychic investigation will unfold for this as well. Because it's not just enough to stand here on YouTube and look into energy. And that's great and that's fun, but I want to go higher. Someone put in the chat, I want to go higher. Don't you want to go higher? Why do you think we're alive right now? If you are alive right now, you are a brave soul. If you are alive right now, you have purpose, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if they lied to you, even if they say you were nothing, even if you have nothing. No, you have everything when you believe. When you stand in your true, authentic codes and you believe, you have everything. We got to get back in right standing. We cannot do this being divided any longer. It won't work. Because I'm telling you, we got to find a way to get to the other side of that wall before they shut it down for good. Yes, I want to go higher. I want to go higher. Do you see? I want to do something this evening. I want to do something this evening. Subscribe to the channel, guys, and like the video. I want to do something because when I was channeling the Cosmic Bible, and this was actually from the first time I even knew that I could receive messages from God, I sat in my car and something said, press record on your phone's recorder. And I want to see if I can get this for you guys. One second. And I don't know what page it's on, but I want to find my very first channel. And it's very powerful because it talks about the color yellow and how Source God gives us a key code on how to evolve past the 3D, how to evolve past this paradigm. And I found it. If you have your Cosmic Bible, the Great Expansion, a Cosmic Bible for the Ages, we will be reading from page 166. And as I read this, I want you all to hold the color yellow in your mind's eye and in your heart. We are about to start the change we want to see. We are starting it today. Here we go. On January 24th, 2022, the Great Universal Spirit shared this exact message, referring to yellow as his beloved child. The color yellow is the hope of humanity. The color yellow that combines souls together in the heavens. It's the color yellows that clasp hands together on earth. When we hold hands in neighborly love through the color yellow, it ascends us collectively to the heavenly sphere. If everyone on earth wore the color yellow in their heart space at the same time, we would ascend into the heavens, and that would be the end of the earth days. The color yellow washes away sorrow and the pain from the trials of this earth. The color yellow uplifts and brightens humanity's love for one another. The color yellow is access into the heavenly realms of higher consciousness. The color yellow is fresh flowing water that hits the bedrock of thy soul. The color yellow is my beloved child. It is precious, cared for, and revered in my soul essence. The color yellow is a beauty that surpasses the minds of the earth people. The color yellow is strength, and it heals the fiery, burning pain of this life. The color yellow is how someone can clear their heart space, like a computer that has too much data stored on it. The color yellow will clean out the bad files, leaving space for the light to flow through our soul essence being. The color yellow is how we will ascend in love. And I just so happen to be wearing the color yellow today. And I didn't know why I put on this color, but this is how we free ourselves It's so simple because we are human technology. Do you know how powerful soul and spirit is? I want you all to sink in with that. Spirit consciousness literally is access to everything that has ever existed, to the Akashics of the Akashics. The soul is the navigation, the GPS, and the system that can carry you from one paradigm to the next. You are human technology. And then they have to reduce you down to just a churchgoer, just someone who recites a scripture or two on Sunday. No, you are all powerful. You are part of God, and they know it. They know it. The thing they've been trying to do this whole time is keep you away from you. The color yellow is how we get out of here. If we wear the color yellow in our heart together, all at the same time, those civilizations that everyone's like, where did they go? Where did they go? They ascended. We can ascend out of this place. I want to go higher. I believe, but we can't do it divided because we're home alone, guys, and we got to find solutions now. Color yellow washes away sorrow. The color yellow is beauty that surpasses the earth's people. The color yellow is how someone can clear their heart. It says, like a computer that has too much data stored, sometimes our heart gets heavy and it gets burdened. If you wear the color yellow in your heart, it cleans out the bad files. It renews you because the heart space is where the Christ lamp is. You have help there. Just ask. And this is how we reach unity consciousness, is through the color yellow. And when we have unity consciousness and we have souls and spirits, the technology that we are, all linked up, all in a cluster, magnifying the power that we hold, the light codes within the 144,000 rhythmic light code frequency, then we can't be stopped. We will ascend in love. We will. And they know that. And that's why they have to take our status away. And that's why they have to separate us and divide us into all of these classes. And that's why this whole charade with Erika Kirk wearing the freedom shirt. This is what she has planned, and this is what they have planned. And in fact, they're already on the ship, but they're having some trouble because every time we wake up in consciousness, another one of their floorboards come up. Let's sink the ship. When we sink their ship, we rise. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Please subscribe and like the video. Let's all get, yes. Wait, what did you say? What is it? Citrine? Citrine? Awesome. Let's all get that. Awesome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Your favorite darkness. Thank you so much. Donna, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Gail, for the $10 super chat. Thank you so very much. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And someone asked, is it why Catholic Church uses the color yellow and white? Possibly. Possibly, yeah. Thank you, guys. You want to go higher? You want to go higher? Izzy, want to go higher? I want to go higher, guys. I don't want to keep, it's too much hate online. If you notice, it's too much hate. It's too much. I can't deal with it. It's too much. We got to get out of here. We got to sink their ship and we got to storm the ice wall. And this is what we're going to be working on. And we can do that right from the comfort of our own home because it's the power of intentions. And when we come together in through the literally group consciousness, the color yellow, that's how we get the Christ light. The Christ will do it. This color is in the vibration of literally evolution, our souls evolving past this paradigm. Like I told you, this book, please pick this up, guys, on Amazon, The Great Expansion, A Cosmic Bible for the Ages. It tells you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know is in this book. And I got the chance to channel this with Source, and it was just very beautiful and very beautiful. And lastly, while we're here, I want to read from page 54 because that's fitting. 54 equals 9, and we're in the year of the 9. And this was one of the most beautiful, precious poems that the feminine part of Source gave to me. And it's called The Great Deep Wide. And maybe there's a reason why I'm going to read this. I am the lush waves of the great brave ocean. I am the elements within the molecules of the great wide. I am the velvety fibers of the deep wet. I am the great deep wide. I can suffocate the weak, but challenge the brave with a single wave of expression. I can bring forth life when instructed. I can swallow you whole when I am in rage. I am to be respected, revered, but most of all loved. I am the great, deep, wide, Mother God of the living waters. Remember I said, let's sink the ship. Who do we have on our side? The great, deep, wide, Mother God of the living waters. Who's that? It's your spirit consciousness. We have God inside of us. I just so happened to, when I was channeling this book, it's like God separated itself into characters and personalities. And so one of the characters and personalities is Mother God of the living waters. And there's a clear distinction in this poem about who I am and who I can be. I am the lush waves of the great brave ocean. I am the elements within the molecules of the great wide. I am the velvety fibers of the deep wet. I am the great deep wide. This is who we are. There isn't any debate about it because you have spirit consciousness inside of you. How do you know? Because you are born with water. That water that you're born with is part of your spirit consciousness. If you literally drain the water out of your body, you will lose consciousness because this is Mother God of the living waters inside of you. But they kept you away from your own spiritual technology and they held this program down, this channel down because I was teaching this. Because if you come into the gnosis of the God inside of you, then you certainly ain't looking outside of yourself and looking up to them. And it puts more holes in their sinking ship. But Mother God of the living waters said, wait, that's who you are. But let me tell you who you also can be if you shall choose to. This is the free will coming in. I can suffocate the weak and challenge the brave with a single wave of expression. We can suffocate the weak. I can bring forth life when instructed. These are your instructions. Your instructions, literally, you're coded to give birth. That is part of what Mother God of the living waters gives to you. But remember, the Erika Kirk does not have this option. Remember, her fertility rights have been taken. I can swallow you whole when I am in rage. So it doesn't mean that this is who we are. But if we need to use this, beloved, this is who we can be. And they think we're weak. But Mother God of the Living Waters said, no. Yes, you are the I am, but I'm going to also tell you what you can be. And if you need to swallow, and if you need to suffocate the weak in the great wide waters, which reverts back to source, then so be it. Because these people are the ones been hiding God from us for eons. When God was within us all the time, all the while. And go on and on and on. There's so many gems in this book. So many gems. You better preach. Baby, let me tell you, you know me, sometimes I get into my little preachy mode, but this is what's going to take us higher. I love you guys so very much, so deeply, so completely, guys. Share this video, subscribe to the channel, links down below, purchase the book, and all of that good stuff. I love you guys so very much, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so it is as we walk together in divine love. Be welcome. Be well. Good night, guys. Bye.